Elias was a humble miner, living a life of poverty with his wife Layla and their 2 young children. Their home was a simple dwelling constructed from mud and straw. Yet, despite his lack of material wealth, Elias possessed something far more precious than gold: unwavering faith. Each morning, he would kneel in his small yard, close his eyes, and offer a prayer. "Father," he'd whisper, "I thank you for the gift of life, for my beloved family, and for the little we have. I know we are poor, but my hope rests in you. Grant me the strength to work diligently and the faith to keep believing, even when I see no immediate reward." With a quiet resolve, Elias would then make his way to the river. For hours on end, he would patiently sift through sand and stones in his pan, his heart filled with hope of finding even a small piece of gold. More often than not, his efforts yielded only a few tiny grains, barely enough to purchase rice and cooking oil for his family. Still, Elias would smile and express his gratitude to God. Nearby, a wealthy gold buyer named Marcus observed him with disdain. Marcus possessed considerable wealth, land, and influence, but he was sorely lacking in kindness and compassion. He frequently mocked Elias in front of the other miners. "You'll never find a big nugget," he'd sneer. "You were born to be poor, destined to bring me only crumbs of gold." Elias never responded with anger or resentment, simply smiled gently and replied, "God can do the impossible. I place my trust in him." One evening, after a particularly unproductive day, Elias knelt in his humble room, tears welling up in his eyes as he prayed. "Lord," he pleaded, "I ask not for myself, but for my family. Grant us a better life and bless me with enough to provide for them." That night, he had a dream. A man appeared to him, his clothes radiant and clean. "Elias," the man said, "your faith will be rewarded. Tomorrow, go to the town square, feed the pigeons, and pray." Elias awoke with his heart pounding. He shared the dream with Layla, who listened with amazement. "Perhaps," she said softly, "this is a sign from God. We should follow it." The next morning, Elias walked to the town square, carrying a small bag of grain. On the way, he encountered an old man, looking weary and hungry. Without a moment's hesitation, Elias offered him his food. "I have little," he said, "but I can share what I have." The old man smiled, blessed him, and then disappeared into the crowd. When Elias arrived at the square, pigeons flocked around him, pecking at the grains he scattered. Remembering the dream, he closed his eyes and prayed, "Thank you, Lord. Please hear my prayer." He felt a sense of peace and happiness wash over him as the birds fluttered around. Afterward, Elias went to the river. He resumed panning the sand, his movements careful and patient as always. Hours went by, and his hands grew tired. Then he noticed a large rock that seemed different from the others. An inner voice urged him to move it. Summoning all his strength, he lifted the rock, and beneath it, he discovered a huge gold nugget, shining with an unparalleled brilliance. Elias fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. "Thank you, Lord," he whispered, overcome with gratitude. He carefully carried the nugget home. Layla and the children gasped at its size. Together, they knelt and gave thanks to God. The next day, Elias traveled to a larger town to sell the nugget. He generously donated a portion of the money to the poor. With the remaining funds, he started a small gold buying business. However, unlike Marcus, Elias treated every miner with fairness and respect. He paid honestly, valuing their hard work and dedication. Word spread and miners came to him from far and wide. Elias never forgot his humble beginnings. Every morning he continued to pray, express his gratitude, and work with love and integrity. Elias came to understand that true wealth is not only measured in gold but in faith, kindness, and unwavering trust in God. And through his actions, he demonstrated that even the most modest life, when guided by faith and compassion, can shine brighter than the most magnificent treasure.